Greetings, Dapplings, and welcome to the second week in review video, where I'll be covering the gaming shenanigans we've gotten up to through the past week, from the 10th of August to the 16th. Now, starting with my First Taste mini-series, due to an outpouring of support and request for more, I returned to Super Dungeon Run for an extended look into the lives of our clumsy, though enthusiastic peasants as they traipsed through deeper dungeons in search of greater adventure. We had a chance to properly explore the Grenadier class and even tried our hands at a few challenge runs, taking only limited outfits with us, such as the Knight and Sniper. And finally, wrapping up the series, we got a chance to taste the complex flavors of the game's endless mode. All in all, a very satisfying game for an extremely wallet-friendly price. Next, we welcomed Factorio back to the channel in my Factorio Amass multiplayer series, an often requested return. Now, we have Bentham, or Mangled Pork to some, Stejo, Shenrir, and Arumba along for the ride. We've begun our adventures anew, this time using Bob's mod at Arumba's incessant request. Now, not everything went strictly to plan initially, we all died. But we have gotten ourselves a solid little base of operations at this point, and each of us has begun to spread out and fill various necessary roles around our factory complex. In the next few episodes, Bentham, who unfortunately had to be away for much of the first couple of episodes, shall hopefully be making his return. I expect many shenanigans as we all try to mesh our individual building styles together. In Robocraft, we've had an opportunity to indulge in a little bit of exploration this week, specifically looking into the effect of the hoverblade stability fixes on some of my older bots, namely the Kapoi copter. Though, no sooner had we observed the comical, though often frustrating side effects which saw the copter trying to reach orbit, than the devs had released a bug fix that addressed the problem. Well played, Free Jam. And of course, in my From Scratch tutorial series, we have finally got to the fun part, the gradual evolution of our own designs. Enter the Hoplite. A name chosen by the community, our little bot is fast becoming an agile slayer of scallywags. Oh, they grow up so fast. And speaking of slaying scallywags, my From the Depth series has seen the creation of not one, but two fresh designs aimed at achieving just this goal. Both the Leech and the terrifyingly named Lamprey are my first experiment into the world of deployable sub-vehicles. Though yet to be combat tested in any real sense of the phrase, I suspect these designs, or perhaps their inevitable evolutions, will feature heavily in my future fleets. But while designing ships is all well and good, progress was also made in the campaign itself, where we have been steadily capturing new land from the Deepwater Guard, along with resource nodes which have culminated in our ability to produce a new Avatar-class warship. At this point, it's unlikely the Deepwater Guard will be able to mount any real resistance against our expansion, so in the coming episodes, we'll likely witness the swift collapse of their empire before a new target is selected for our continued campaign to conquer all the lands and oceans of this world. Now, on to Terraria. This week has been incredibly busy. Not only have Metasapia and I been able to expand our village, working on our own quasi-mega project, and even beautifying the not-to-scale graveyard with wonderful poetry provided by the community, we've also drawn the attention of, and I'm pleased to say defeated, the Goblin Siege. We even felt confident enough to try our hand at some of the bosses, though that has met with predictably mixed results. While the Eye of Cthulhu was popped with relatively minor difficulty, it seems that knowledge is key, and our lack of knowledge of the Brain of Cthulhu led to some hilarious, though agonizingly drawn out from our perspective, deaths. Still, great progress has been made in terms of our collective gear. Despite the fact that we're playing an expert with medium core characters, our strength grows, and along with it, so too do the number of our allies. We hope that the Goblin Tinkerer will enjoy his stay in our village. While the blood tax may seem unfair at first, you can't deny that as vampire landlords, we do offer some pretty fancy living spaces for our valued tenants. In the following week's episodes, you can expect further boss brawls though, and of course, death. Do keep those poems coming in, because there's certainly no shortage of tombstones to add them to. Finally, and at long last, the reassembly tournament begins. Seriously, This is so overdue that for a moment I had the dreaded internal debate. You know, that one where hushed voices in the back of your mind wonder if, after such a delay, it wouldn't just be better to move on and start from scratch. But thankfully, my dapperest self burst down the door, equilibrium style, and shot all those naysaying phantoms of the mind with T-bullets, thus ending this heinous clandestine scheme. True facts. So here we are, the first episode of the Reassembly 8000p tournament has been uploaded, detailing the participants who made the final list. We have 7 groups of 7 combatants, each vying for a place in the 8th and final battle, which will decide this tournament's winner. Again, due to the recent updates which rebalanced the cost of certain components, I did take some time and rebalance the initial random list to try and make each group as fair as I could. We'll see whether I've done a good job of that in the following week. Good luck to everyone who's taking part. But with that, we've come to the end of this second week in review video. I do hope that you've all enjoyed it and look forward to any feedback you may leave in the comments. But until next week, and as always, do take care.